A Lexington woman arrested in southern Kentucky and charged with conspiracy to commit murder. The details ahead at 4:30.
Police in Hardin County are asking for help after a disabled veteran was found dead in his home. Some top U.S. Olympians are finding themselves at the center of the latest cybersecurity breach at the hands of Russian hackers. We'll give you the details.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting. A Lexington woman is in a southern Kentucky jail accused of robbing and trying to kill a man.
The incident happened 3 months ago, but one of the suspects just turned herself in. WKYT's Phil Pendleton is learning some new details on the allegations and has more now from Somerset. It's our top story at 4:30.
This story actually began back around the middle of June in a place called Carl Dye Cemetery Road. That's in eastern Pulaski County. I'm told that 4 women from Lexington actually met a man from Nicholasville here in Somerset. They beat that man, robbed him, and this all happened again in a very rural part of this county. Now, one of the suspects, Kendall Elliott, turned herself in recently. Police say she and the 3 others met the man at a Dairy Queen because he wanted to buy marijuana. They apparently tricked him into going into the woods in eastern Pulaski County, where they beat him with a bottle and a mallet. One put a rope around his neck and tried to choke him. The victim says he was also robbed before he was able to get away.
It's believed that the victim and the female that turned herself in yesterday, that they do have a history with one another. The full disclosure on what their history is not known at this time. It's still being investigated in regards to that.
Now, Elliott is facing a charge of first-degree robbery, second-degree assault, attempted murder, and a charge also known as exploitation of an adult for financial gain. Police say they are still looking for the other 3 involved in this incident. They are identified as Autumn Coleman, Dove Garner, and Shanae Brooks Jackson. All of them are from Lexington. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Police say Elliott turned herself in because she knew she was going to be indicted by a grand jury. A 71-year-old man has now been identified as the victim of a murder in Hardin County.
Norman Hall was found dead inside his apartment on Pin Oak Court Friday morning. Lauren Adams talked to police about the investigation.
He would go on his porch because that's probably as far as he would go.
And that's where Calvin Hauser says he would always deliver groceries and mail to Norman Hall. The 71-year-old had leg and foot problems from diabetes complications and relied on oxygen and dialysis. It's why when he noticed Radcliffe police arriving at Hauser's apartment at Pin Oak Court Friday morning, he assumed Hall had died of natural causes. But hours later, neighbors learned the veteran had been murdered.
It's sad, man. Who would do that, man? Who would do that?
It's a question that has plagued police for days. Detectives seen back at the apartments Tuesday afternoon are still investigating whether Hall was targeted or if the crime was random.
Did they enter the residence unwanted, surprisingly, or was it someone that he had there visiting with him that committed this crime after they were welcomed in? Not sure just yet, but those are 2 of the things we're looking at.
Chief Jeff Cross won't release how exactly Hall was killed, but describes the scene as gruesome. It even appears Hall struggled with his killer or killers. Cross also reveals some of the victim's property, he won't say what, was recovered near an apartment dumpster Friday morning.
Don't know what has led to this, what the motive might be, but we are certainly looking into it and see what we can come up with.
But even if police discover a motive, Calvin Hauser says it won't matter.
It was just sad, man, because Mr. Norman was a good guy. He was a really good guy.
That was Lauren Adams reporting. Hall was last seen about 3 on Wednesday afternoon. A clinical worker who was picking up Hall for a dialysis appointment became concerned when he didn't answer the door and asked police to do a welfare check, and that's when he was found dead inside. Richmond police have issued a golden alert for a missing woman. They say 74-year-old Lily Mae Justice was reported missing by her family on Monday night. She was last seen wearing a gold-colored hat, jeans, and blue and white T-shirt, and black Nike leather shoes. Police say Justice may be in danger because of her medical condition. She does not have access to a vehicle, and it's suspected that she is on foot. It's a beautiful day out there right now, but it could change as a cold front starts to move in, Amber.
We are also tracking some scattered storms across the area. Want to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Chris, it sounds like some of those storms are being shy right now.
Yeah, they are a little shy. What else is new so far for the month of September? It's been a warm and a fairly dry month for much of the Ohio Valley, really most of the eastern part of the country. Temperatures this afternoon very similar to what we were talking about at this same point yesterday, with a lot of mid and upper 80s showing up into the entire area. Here we look on your Defender Radar Network at some of those shy showers and thunderstorms. Northern Kentucky, little thunderstorm to the south of the Covington area. Action rolling toward Louisville that is beginning to die out, and likewise across the Evansville and Owensboro areas. Most of this stuff is going to begin to dry up as we go through the next few hours. Cold front is on top of the Ohio Valley. That does not have a big push of cool air that will actually get in to the bluegrass state. So that front kind of checks up. A isolated storm at best through sundown. Then it feels fairly nice after the sun goes down. That dry air will allow temperatures to drop into the upper 60s to around 70 by the time 11 o'clock rolls around. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll show you how the thunderstorms for the weekend will begin to flare up behind cold front number 2. That's in about 5 minutes.
Chris, we'll see you then. Thank you. The car of a missing Fort Campbell soldier has been found in Nashville. The Army says Shadow McClain has been missing since she did not show up for duty on September 6th. Police found her car in a private parking lot near downtown Nashville yesterday. Investigators with the U.S. Army are now asking the public for tips to help find the missing woman. The World Anti-Doping Agency blames Russian hackers for leaking its confidential medical information about female American Olympians.
And as Ben Tracy tells us from Los Angeles, the hackers are trying to make the athletes look like they're cheaters, but in fact, the drugs were used with permission.
The hackers, called Czar Team or Fancy Bears, said they stand for fair play and clean sport and wanted to expose the dirty methods of the U.S. Olympic squad. They pointed the finger at dozens of American athletes who regularly used illicit strong drugs in order to win. The World Anti-Doping Agency said they believed unauthorized access to someone's email led to this criminal act. Four-time Olympic gold medalist gymnast Simone Biles responded, "I believe in clean sport, have always followed the rules." Venus Williams said the drugs revealed were approved for legitimate medical reasons.
They did everything they were asked to do.
Travis Tigert is the head of the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency. He says each of the athletes exposed got their medications cleared in advance.
It's obviously, indirectly at a minimum, a result of WADA exposing the Russian sports system and government-run doping program.
In July, WADA discovered widespread evidence of Russian state-sponsored doping. 67 members of the Russian track and field team were banned from competition in Rio.
Mr. Putin is either applauding this action or he was behind it.
Sports historian and doping expert John Hoberman says the hack could have devastating effects on the confidence that the world's athletes have in the confidentiality of their medical data.
An already corrupt international sports world is now in even deeper trouble.
So the big question is, was Russia involved? The Kremlin emphatically says no. As for the Fancy Bear hackers, they promise to release more information in the coming days. Ben Tracy, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The International Olympic Committee condemned the hack and said the 4 U.S. athletes did not violate anti-doping rules. 50 Shades of Grey returning to theaters with a sequel. We'll tell you when it's going to hit the screens, coming up on WKYT News at 4:30.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
We have a cold front on top of the area. That front underperforming right now. Just a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms into parts of northern Kentucky. Said today a lot of it would be dry, and boy, a lot of the area really dry. Look at Defender Radar Network picking up on those scattered thunderstorms. Southern Indiana crossing into Jefferson County. Got a little action near Newport on the Levee here in the northern parts of the Bluegrass State. Majority of central and eastern Kentucky not seeing a whole heck of a lot. Here we go with that stuff cruising into sections of Covington and right on top of the Ohio River to the northwest of Louisville. Can any of that hold together into central and eastern Kentucky? Probably not at this point. It's getting late in the day, and by the time the sun gets low on the horizon, a lot of that stuff will begin to dry up. So the slower that front became today, the less the chance for rain around here. Tropical system that developed last night off the southeastern seaboard is throwing up a big stop sign to this front. And in doing so, it's also keeping the temperatures warmer today into the mid and upper 80s. Summer will not go away. Look at how close the cool air is. That is a front that is right on top of the Ohio Valley. So upper 60s, low 70s, flirting with 90 into parts of the lower Ohio Valley and down into the Tennessee Valley. Can we get a little rain in here? Weekend says yes, we can. Later Friday, better chances Saturday into Sunday when it is likely that you will see some scattered thunderstorms. No, it's not going to rain all day Saturday. It's not going to rain all day Sunday. Don't cancel anything. Have a plan B to be on the safe side. It's fall festival time. Monday with a decent shot for a shower or thunderstorm, then the chances go down a little bit early next week. Rain totals over the next week, generally a half to an inch or an inch and a half, depending on how many thunderstorms make their way over top of where you are. Over the next 3 days, mainly dry, best chance for thunderstorms coming up on Saturday. Let's go into the hour-by-hour forecast. Breaking it down this evening, not a whole lot of action. Fairly calm skies tomorrow morning. Fog could be locally thick at times into sections of central Kentucky. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll shave a few degrees off of your back porch thermometer into the northern half of the area. Southern Kentucky, with that front kind of right on top of the region, you're going to stay hotter than everybody else. How about tomorrow night and Friday morning? 60s to start. High school football fans, it looks a little steamy right now. Low 80s at kickoff. Late afternoon temperatures still upper 80s, and watch for a late day or evening thunderstorm that would then increase. Look at the timeline there. 7 o'clock on Saturday morning with a front that is slowly inching its way toward the area. And as we go throughout Saturday, we go through Sunday and Monday, you're going to get these little waves of showers and thunderstorms. Nothing that is just constant, but that possibility will really ramp up over the weekend. 7-day forecast, even with the clouds and showers and storms around this weekend, we're still going to be close to 80 degrees. And over the next week, guys, most numbers on that 7-day forecast are above normal as our summery September rolls on.
Hey, we need some rain. I noticed yesterday my yard's a little crunchy. The leaves are starting to fall. It's a little crunchy out there.
I got tired of mowing. I turned the faucet off.
She can give you her address. Yeah. You can put a call in.
I'll bring over a few gallons of water and I'll just spread them out.
I'm just saying, I don't always want the rain. I feel like we need it, though.
You'll get some this weekend.
Thank you,
Your yard will get a little.
I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about at Legacy Gymnastics today, celebrating National Gymnastics Day. We'll have some little tumblers with us when we return here on WKYT.
National Gymnastics Day is coming up this weekend, and gymnasts and coaches and clubs are celebrating all week.
Our Deanne Stevens is out and about. She joins us now from Legacy Gymnastics with more on all the fun. Hey, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. It's almost National Gymnastics Day, happening Saturday. It is a nationwide celebration, and they are doing it big here at Legacy Gymnastics. Talking to Cassie Whitcomb this afternoon, and Cassie, you said you started at, what, 18 months?
That is correct. I started at 18 months jumping around off couches, so they put me in gymnastics.
We're not promoting jumping off couches, but that's what happens when you got a little gymnast in you. And you went on to tell people a little bit about your career in gymnastics.
So my career, I started very young, obviously, and then I ended up making the TOPS national team. And from there, I went on to make the U.S. national team, and I was from 2006 to 2010. And from there, I ended up getting a full ride scholarship to UCLA, which I recently graduated in 2015.
I mean, what a dream come true that is for you. And now you're back here instructing at Legacy as a gymnastics teacher, or a coach, I should say. Talk about gymnastics, what it did for you as a child.
As a child, I think it taught me many life skills that I use today, such as discipline, from standing in line to sharing equipment, all the way to time management, organization, and goal setting. Many life skills such as those.
And it takes a lot of time. I mean, some of these kids are in this gym for how long?
Anywhere from probably 10 to 35 or 30 hours a week.
It is pure dedication, but you look like we're just coming off the Olympics. You look at those young athletes and what they're doing now. A lot of kiddos love gymnastics, and congratulations to you, my dear, and what you've accomplished with it. Heath Underwood is with us now, and it's fun to watch these little tumblers. What I like about it is when my kids come home from tumbling, they're tired.
That's right. You know, these girls come in here right after school, and they work their little behinds off, but they love every minute of it, and they go home, they eat their dinner, probably get their homework done, they should. good, and they're exhausted.
And it's not just the girls, because we were just in the other gym where there's a ton of boys.
Right.
Holy cow. Boys are taking over the gymnastics world.
Yes, we've got one of the largest programs in Kentucky, but you know, every time after the Olympics, all the boys sit there and they see those honchos, those big guys, and they're like, oh my gosh, Dad, Mom, I want to do that.
Right. And then they come in and try it out, and they realize it's not as easy as it looks, right?
That's right, but they fall in love with it, and that's the thing. We've got a program for everyone here. You don't have to be training for the Olympics. You know, we've got something that beginners can do, and they'll take it through their whole life.
All right, National Gymnastics Day. What are you guys doing for it?
So we're going to have the open house from 1 to 3 p.m. That is a free event. It is completely free where people can come in and try gymnastics. While that's going on, we'll have multiple inflatables and games set up where they can pay. All of the money that we raise that day will go to 2 charities. We have 2 families that have been affected by various cancers. One will go to Dance Blue, the other the National Pancreas Foundation. We're also going to have an open gym from 3 to 8 p.m. So there's a UK football game that day, 4 o'clock. So if you want to go to the football game, that's right. That open gym will be $20, but that's 5 hours. 5 hours of playtime. You pick these kids up or have a babysitter pick these kids up, and they'll be worn out.
I like it. Sign me up. Sign yourself up to celebrate on Saturday, National Gymnastics Day here at Legacy, 1 until 3 o'clock, and then the open gym a little bit later. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about. Back to you guys.
Yeah, just wear them out.
A lot of parents going, oh yeah, that's a good idea.
$20, 5 hours. Gwen Stefani gets animated, and a first look at the steamy 50 Shades of Grey sequel.
CBS's Danielle Nottingham has those stories and more in today's Eye on Entertainment.
Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan return to the big screen in 50 Shades Darker. The sequel to 50 Shades of Grey follows Christian's attempt to woo back Anna.
I want you back. I had no idea what this was going to become.
50 Shades Darker hits theaters in February, just in time for Valentine's Day.
1, 2, let's rock this crew!
Gwen Stefani is broadening her empire with an animated series. She's the co-creator and executive producer of Cuckoo Harajuku, a series inspired by Stefani and her backup dancers. Cuckoo Harajuku premieres October 3rd on Nickelodeon.
Remember our instructions. Low profile, blend in.
Liev Schreiber and Janet McTeer star in the Broadway revival of Les Liaisons Dangereuses. They play former lovers in a cat-and-mouse game of seduction and revenge.
There's a depth and a humanity in it that is hilarious and then simultaneously heartbreaking.
As an audience, you hopefully love them as well as hating them, so that when it all goes horribly wrong, you kind of really feel for them.
Broadway previews begin October 8th. And that's your Eye on Entertainment. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Los Angeles.
News anchor Katie Couric is being sued by Virginia gun activists for $12 million. In the defamation lawsuit, the plaintiffs say Couric and other members of the documentary Under the Gun misrepresented their response to a question. In the documentary, Couric asked members of the Virginia Citizens Defense League how felons or terrorists could be prevented from purchasing a gun without background checks. The segment of the documentary shows nearly 10 seconds of silence after Couric asked that question. But in the audio of the exchange, the activist can be heard responding almost immediately. Couric was an executive producer of the film.
We will take you to London, England, not Kentucky, where an odd movement is taking hold in one of the subway tunnels.
You have already put in your request to Chris Bailey for rain. We're going to see just how powerful he is.
But I don't want it all day on Saturday.
Okay.
But I need some
Only
rain, Chris
certain
Bailey.
times.
Yeah, just laying it out there for you.
I'm glad you don't have stipulations to come with the rain, you know? We'll see what we can do for you. We'll time it around your schedule. Just give me an advance copy of that weekend schedule. We'll see what we can do. Temperatures out there this afternoon, a lot of mid and upper 80s showing up, mainly dry skies. We've been noticing a shower, thunderstorm here in the northern parts of the area. That is right where a cold front is currently located. That front is working toward the southeast. So, yeah, we're fair game for an isolated shower or storm this evening, but not a ton of action showing up across the Bluegrass State, though a little later we'll show you how that will change heading into the weekend. Right now, let's see what's going on with live drive traffic. Here's Officer Don.
Well,
Well, there's a collision outbound Nicholasville Road. It looks a little worse than it is. 3 lanes are blocked just before the circle, and there's actually some fluids in the roadway there. So that is obviously causing some issues. We can see the backup all the way to Commonwealth Stadium for southbound Nicholasville Road right now. They're working to get that cleared. Also a crash that police are working at Leestown near Masterson Station Park. That's a non-injury. Drive times to Mount Sterling, 30 minutes, to Winchester, about 28. Now back to you in the studio.
Mr. Don, thank you. Baby pandas and some odd advertisements in London. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
Well, if you have ever wanted to see a baby panda do crunches, it's your lucky day. Take a look at this video released by the China Conservation and Research Center for the Giant Panda of a cub trying to roll over. This is a 5-week-old panda, just a baby. The cub is unnamed and is the larger of the 2 twin cubs born last month. I don't know about crunches, but
I don't know, but by Friday I feel like that when I'm trying to work out, sort of like that. Yeah.
101,
Yeah.
102.
An unusual marketing campaign is turning heads throughout a London subway station. Take a look. Passengers are now greeted with giant posters of cats staring at them when they arrive at their destination. It is part of a crowd-funded campaign to replace all ads with pictures of kitties. The campaign has raised enough money to pay for 68 ads. The group behind the cat movement says the stunt is meant to make people think about what's really valuable in their life. So get you thinking. There you go.
Some artwork as well. All right, here's what we're working on next at 5 o'clock.